Are you looking for the best smart TVs? In this video we will look at some of the 7 best smart TVs on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Samsung S90D/S90DD OLED, QD-OLED. The best smart TV we've tested is the Samsung S90D/S90DD OLED. It's an amazing TV with a great selection of smart features, including support for Bixby and Alexa voice assistants. If you don't want to use voice assistants, its well-organized Hisense smart interface is fast, easy to use, and has a huge selection of streaming apps. Its QD-OLED panel is extremely colorful compared to OLED panels from LG, making it one of the most vibrant TVs on the market alongside other QD-OLED TVs from Sony and Samsung. Like all OLEDs, the TV looks great in a dark room thanks to its perfect black levels. It's no slouch in a bright room either, as the TV has outstanding reflection handling and gets bright enough to overcome glare. It's also loaded with modern gaming features, so you get HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on all 4 ports, up to 4K at 144Hz, and VRR. It doesn't support Dolby Vision HDR or DTS audio formats, so you might want to look at the pic below if you need those for your home theater. Unfortunately, not all sizes use a QD-OLED panel. Number 2. Sony A95L OLED. Although the Samsung S90D/S90DD OLED is the best choice for most users due to its incredible value proposition, if you want the best home theater experience possible and have money to burn, consider the more expensive Sony A95L OLED. Compared to Samsung's HDR10 Plus format, the Sony TV supports the more popular Dolby Vision HDR, so you'll enjoy the most advanced HDR experience possible from almost any source. It also offers better audio format support than the Samsung, including DTS-X pass-through over eARC, so you can run everything through your TV without sacrificing audio quality. Overall, you'll get the best HDR experience possible from more content with the Sony than you would with the Samsung. The Sony TV is also no slouch when it comes to smart features. It runs the built-in Google TV interface, which is a bit slower than Samsung's Tizen OS but has more features and a wider selection of streaming apps. It supports hands-free voice control, so you can find your favorite content without the remote or use the voice assistant to control your other devices. Truly, if you're willing to pay its high price, the A95L might very well be the best TV around. Number 3. Sony BRAVIA 9 QLED. The Sony BRAVIA 9 QLED is the best smart television for bright rooms. Its superb reflection handling and brightness mean it easily overcomes glare in the brightest of rooms, so you aren't distracted by reflections on your TV screen. As impressive as this TV is in a bright room, it also looks great in a dark room. Although it doesn't display the same perfect, inky blacks as an OLED like the Sony A95L OLED, it still has exceptional contrast for an LED TV and delivers very deep blacks with almost no blooming. It's also a great option for 4K Blu-ray collectors or those looking to get the most out of high-quality streaming services due to its support for Dolby Vision and DTS audio formats. Like the A95L, it uses the Google TV interface that's loaded with streaming apps, so it's very easy to find the newest hit shows. It's also a great option for a home theater due to its support for Dolby Vision and DTS audio formats. Additionally, it's a great TV for gaming thanks to its HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on 2 of its ports for up to 4K at 120Hz with VRR. Number 4. LG C4 OLED. If you want an OLED that is more versatile than the Samsung S90D/S90DD OLED but isn't nearly as expensive as the Sony A95L OLED, check out the upper mid-range LG C4 OLED. It uses a OLED panel, which isn't as bright or as colorful as the QD-OLED found in the Samsung or Sony OLEDs above, so colors aren't as vibrant. However, the LG offers the same perfect black levels that OLEDs are known for, making it a fantastic choice in dark rooms. The TV also has outstanding reflection handling and gets bright enough to overcome glare in a room with the lights on. In addition to that, you also get support for the widely used Dolby Vision HDR format, which supports DTS audio. In terms of its smart features, LG's proprietary WebOS smart platform is excellent, as it's easy to use, and navigating through it feels smooth. LG's remotes are unique because they have a point-and-press feature, similar to a Nintendo Wii remote, that lets you easily choose apps and settings in the menu, saving you the hassle of scrolling through everything with a directional pad. The WebOS Smart platform also allows customization with different profiles, so you can have a different layout than someone else at home. It's also an excellent gaming TV with HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, up to 4K at 144Hz, and VRR support. Number 5. LG B4 OLED. If you'd like an OLED and can live with it being a bit dimmer, the LG B4 OLED is a great mid-range TV and can serve as an excellent entry point into the OLED market. The TV has all the features of the more expensive LG C4 OLED, but the B4 is dimmer and is limited to a 120Hz refresh rate. It still delivers outstanding picture quality, especially in a dark room, with its near-infinite contrast ratio delivering deep, inky blacks with no distracting blooming. Even though it's dimmer than the C4, it's still pretty bright for an OLED and has fantastic reflection handling, so it does overcome glare in rooms with some lights on. It displays similarly vibrant colors as the C4 and has the same support for Dolby Vision and DTS audio formats. It also runs the same great WebOS Smart interface as the more expensive LG, with the same point-and-press smart remote. Finally, it has most of the same gaming features, so you get HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on all 4 ports and VRR support, but you are limited to 120Hz instead of the 144Hz you get on the C4. Number 6. Hisense U7N, U7, U75N. The best lower mid-range smart TV is the Hisense U7N. It's cheaper than anything recommended up to this point, but it's packed with many of the same features as the more expensive choices and still provides impressive overall picture quality. Like the Sony BRAVIA 9 QLED, it uses local dimming to simultaneously deliver deep blacks and bright highlights. The local dimming isn't as precise as on the BRAVIA 9, so you do see some blooming around bright elements when displayed against a dark background. The TV also has a narrow viewing angle, so the image degrades when viewed from the sides of the screen. The TV has amazing SDR peak brightness and reflection handling, so it easily overcomes glare in a bright room. The TV supports all 3 major HDR formats, and it supports DTS audio. The U7N runs the Google TV interface, so finding your favorite streaming services or content is easy. The included remote supports voice control, which is great if you want to find content quickly. The TV even has an integrated microphone for hands-free voice control, which you can turn off with a switch if you're worried about privacy. The TV has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on 2 ports, VRR support, and up to 4K at 144Hz, so it's great for gamers, too. Number 7. Hisense U6/U6N. If you want to save money, the best budget smart TV we've tested is the Hisense U6/U6N. Compared with the Hisense U7N, the main trade-off with picture quality is that it doesn't get as bright, so it's not as effective in HDR, which is normal for a budget-friendly model. It also has worse reflection handling, so it's better to use in a dark room, where it displays deep blacks thanks to its full-array local dimming feature. Unfortunately, there's some noticeable blooming around bright objects. It runs the same Google TV interface as the U7N, which is very simple to use once you're used to it, and has a great selection of streaming channels. The included remote supports voice control, which is great if you want to find content quickly, and the TV has a built-in microphone if you want to ditch the remote completely. Unfortunately, it's not nearly as good for gaming since it's limited to HDMI 2.0 bandwidth and 4K at 60Hz, and has a more limited VRR feature. However, you can trade in some resolution and the VRR feature to play up to 1440p at 120